Namaskar. Welcome to episode 4 of Angkor Wat, and this one is very special. We're going to talk about the sunrise at Angkor Wat and then the introduction to Angkor Wat, the architecture, the moat system, what is the significance of the moat system, and there will be perhaps one or two more episodes just on Angkor Wat, and then there are other things that we're going to be talking about. This is going to be a very interesting episode. I would really appreciate it if you could like this video right now, because first I'm going to show you sunrise. Angkor Wat is a west facing temple, so you can only capture sunrise, and it has been done by my good friend Mr. Ram of Ram Travels. Here you go. So that was time-lapse photography captured by Mr. Ram. My gratitude to him for sharing this video for use on this session here, as well as I would like to thank Dr. Kanix for allowing me to use his rendering of the Ragam Bhupalam, which is typically sung early morning. So let's move on to the next section, which is the introduction to Angkor Wat. And again, I will defer to my good friend, Mr. Ram. Here we go.
Before we start to explore this main temple, may I?
Yes.
Yeah. I think I told you about the moat. The size of the moat is 1.5 by 1.3 kilometer. The moat of Angkor Wat, and then the causeway of walkway of Angkor Wat, it was about 180 meter long by 9 meter wide and 4.5 meter deep.
We are standing right outside the Angkor Wat complex when you are about to enter the temple. So to enter the temple, you need to cross this rather wide moat, and that's what Mr. Ram is explaining here. Let's continue.
So this causeway of walkway, originally they all decorated with one of the things we call Naga balustrade. The Naga, which just means like that is the balustrade, that is the head of the Naga, and unfortunately the body of the Naga has been looted and destroyed by the Khmer and of course by the abandons as well. You got it? And then beside that, I also told you about the function of the entrance. The Angkor Wat got 5 entrances. All of those 5 entrances, according to the inscription that we had found, all of those 5 entrances have been served for different kind of people. So the middle one they use for the king and royal family, and other 2 more. One of them they use for the general commander, and another one they use for the concubine, and then 2 more. One of that they use for the transportation, and the last one we use it for ordinary people. So this is the function of the entrance of Angkor Wat. So what are we going to go into do of this temple is, I will walk you inside along this causeway, and I will take you to see one of the statues, and this is a statue of the Mahavishnu. So when I'm talking about this statue originally located in the main part of the building or in the main tower, but now because of the religion change during the 15th century, we got the last of the revolution between Hindu and Buddhist. All of the Buddhist people, they moved that statue out to the outer part of the entrance, and then when you're going up to the 3rd level, you will see the main tower of the Temple of Angkor Wat. You will see the Buddha statue. So when we go in there, if you all want to go into celebration a little bit, offering something a little bit, you can do that. But the way you're walking through, you need to take off your shoes. Okay? If you want to put the incense, or if you want to you're not allowed to touch even the feet of the statue, Mahavishnu. But some people they love to touch it and put over the hat. They believe that way, yeah. So feel free to doing that. But for me, for my recommendation, don't touch. You just pray and then walking through to another side. You clear, ladies and gentlemen?
Yes.
Now, if you look closely, there are many statues with heads missing. And this is what Mr. Ram is alluding to. The Khmer Rouge were in this area. They were asked to just decapitate as many things as one. They just didn't want God. That is the unfortunate status there. So now let's move on. The next thing that hits you is this rather wide moat. The interesting thing is the walkway actually splits the moat into two parts. So the moat levels are the water coming into the moats is from different sources. So then how do the moats stay level? Because there is a relationship between the moats and the temple complex, and that's explained in this next video. Here we go. Water levels between one side and the other.
Yes.
And if the levels are not the same, then the stupa also will tilt.
Well, according to our new archaeologists, Ram family, I just want to share you a little bit of this information. You see the moat inside the temple of Angkor. One side we got the water, and another side we got the water, right? So according to our new archaeologists learning about, the moat of Angkor is really important to the main building of the temple of Angkor. So we have the water system that checking the level of the water every month and every year and every day. So what that he talked about the water and this level very important. So what that he said is whenever the water on this side lower than this side, and if we keep that lower like that for 1 year or 2 years, the towers of the temple of Angkor going to lean over to that lower part. So this, architecture at that time or our engineering at that time, absolutely amazing. And inside the foundation of Angkor, they used 1,000 cube or 1,000 ton of the sand. So you know already about the sand, right? So whenever you're walking along the beach, for example, when you're walking on the beach, the dry sand when you step over, it's going to be pushing up, right? But whenever you're walking on the wave side, it really compressed and very strong. So that's why we use the water, and that sand can be absorbed the water from the moat coming to the foundation of Angkor. This is the main reason that the Angkor could stay almost for 1,000 years now.
Is this a man-made one?
Yes, the moat here, it is a man-made, not natural. This is a man-made, made by our ancestor, by Khmer people.
Even now also it is handled by people?
Yes. Oh no, not now.
How is the water? How do you get the water here?
Okay, so the water here, when you talk about the resource of the water, originally of this part of the water, the moat is about 5 meters. We got a little bit of the spring resource. And another thing is, nearby of the moat of the temple of Angkor, on the eastern side, we got the river, which is meant the river that made by the people for floating all of the sandstone yesterday that I told you, right? So it means like they pumping the water or they connected the irrigation. And of course, the water coming from every of the water reservoir back in those days that they made it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. So that was the science of the moat and how it balances the temple complex. There's more information in some of the videos that Praveen Mohan has done on Angkor Wat. This is just one. I mean, there are many people who have done it. I thought I'll go a little bit in depth to try and understand the thinking behind how these architectures were done. Angkor Wat is just one amazing piece of architecture. That's all I can say. Now let's take a quick look at which country helped the Cambodian government in trying to maintain even this walkway. This walkway became operational only a few years ago. Again, let us listen to Mr. Ram.
So while you walking along this part of the walkway, did you see all of the number?
Yes.
To be honest, all of you very lucky. let's say when you come here last year, when you say before the COVID or even after right end of the COVID, you didn't have any chance to walking along this part of the causeway at all. They closed it more than they've been closed it or locked it for about 10 years to do renovation. So this is a part of the restoration part. After they make conservation, and then they let people walk. Just only last year.
Okay.
So whenever they block it, they let people walk on that floating causeway. Can you see that floating causeway?
Oh, that way.
So when I say that, when I'm talking about the restoration, you might be want to ask me which is the country that responds to that one. And this one is they under restoration by the Japanese cooperation with Cambodian project. Like at Tapram, you can see your people, Indian people, and Cambodia together, right? So this one is the Japanese and Cambodia. But when you go inside, you're definitely going to see a lot of the scaffolding around on the roof of that and on the wall of it. And that one is responded by the German cooperation with Cambodian project. So anything, any nationality can come and join it, but the people who are working is supposed to be Cambodia. But an ideas of the designing and an idea of the restoration come from that nation, like Indian engineering and the Japanese engineering and German engineering. But the people working is Cambodia.
So that brings us to a close of episode 4. I hope you liked it, and please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. We'll be continuing on with our exploration of the Angkor Wat temple. I have a feeling that we are going to use 2 episodes, because the next one will talk about the actual complex, the Vishnu idol, the Buddha idol inside, and how there is this intermixing of Buddhism and Hinduism and so on. And then there will be one more that I'll be talking about all the depictions on the walls. Fascinating, fantastic. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to click on the bell button for notifications. Namaskar.